Book 5, Chapter 1 seems to be a retelling of the beginning times, up through the flood. It's more filled with flowery words that makes it hard to tell if this is meant as a story or fact that's disguised as a myth. MAN 121. In olden times, when men lived in the ground, there came the Great One, whose name is hidden. Son of him, son of the sun, chief of the guardians of mysteries, master of rights in the spoken word, judge of disputes, advocate of the dead, interpreter of the gods, and father of fishermen. From the west, from beyond Mandi, came the Great One, arrayed in robes of black linen, and wearing a headdress of red. MAN 122. Who taught men the secret of writing in numbers and the measurement of the years? Who taught the ways of the days and the months? Who read the meaning of clouds and the writing of the night lights? MAN 123. Who taught the preservation of the body, that the soul might commune with the living, and that it might be a doorway to the earth? MAN 124. Who taught that light is life? MAN 125. Who taught the words of God, which spoke to men and hid things from them, which stood in the place of truth for those with understanding, which spoke to the priests, the scribes, and the people differently according to their enlightenment? MAN 126. Who taught that beyond the visible is the invisible, beyond the small, the smaller, and beyond the great, the greater, and all things are linked together in one? MAN 127. Who taught the song of the stars, which now no man knows, and the words of the waters, which are lost? MAN 128. Who taught men to grow corn and to spin to make bricks, and fashion stone after a cunning manner? MAN 129. Who taught men the rituals of seashells, and the reading of their mysteries, and the manner of their speech? MAN 130. Who taught men the nature and knowledge of God, but in the years left to him could not bring them to understanding? Who then veiled the great secrets in simple tales, which they could remember, and in signs, which would not be lost to their children's children? MAN 131. Who brought the sacred eye from the distant land, and the stone of light made of water, by which men see God, and the firestone which gathers the light of the sun before the great shrine? MAN 132. He died in the manner of men, though his likeness is that of a god. Then they cut him apart, that his body might make fertile the fields, and took away his head, that it might bring them wisdom. His bones they did not paint red, for they were not as those of others. MAN 133. These are the words of the sacred writings, recorded after the old custom. As they are, so let them be, for that which is recorded remains with you. MAN 134. The stone of light and the firestone were stolen in the days of disaster, and none now knows their resting place. Therefore the land is empty. The stone of light, made of water, I thought might be a fragment maybe of whatever caused the disaster. Yet it mentions through it men see God in verse 31, I believe. And firestone, I have no idea, short of a reflector that focuses light of the sun. As for the sacred eye, beyond referring to the eye of Horus, I'm unsure what it means.